think of Miss Daisy adorable? You can put her in your little pocket, Millie Kazel.
Oh my God, hi. So my name is actually Megan, but spelled with an H. And I grew up in a mansion, but don't worry, I'm just like every other 20-year-old. Because I also read one book about basic world events and general history. Okay, I read half the book. Okay, I read a synopsis online. But now I have an opinion about everything. Even wiping your ass. Because toilet paper is wasteful and bad for the environment. So I use my hand, nature's toilet paper. Now I know what you're probably thinking. We wish she'd use sandpaper. But I can't do that, silly, because that will pollute the sewers and we can't have that. Now, if you haven't guessed it by now, I am also vegan and gluten-free. But not for health reasons, just because I want to tell everybody about it. Doesn't that make you just want to take me out to dinner and shove a cheeseburger right down my throat? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my impression of everybody I went to college with. I went to a very liberal school. You'll find out why, air quotes, in a minute, but I was one of very few Jewish students who went to this school. And I figured out why pretty quick. I'll never forget this. They were doing showings of Harry Potter on campus for all the students, and I was on my way there to watch the movies, and this girl ran up to me who I'd never met before ever in my life, and she said, "Oh my God, you're Jewish." And then she said, "How can you watch Harry Potter?" And I said, "I don't know, because it's like a fun movie with wizards and magic." And she said, "Yeah, but the goblins are Jews." Right, I'm not that short, right? But I was taken a little aback because this girl was a little too excited to play Spot the Jew, you know? Which, like, when Jewish people play it together, it's like a fun game, like Where's Waldo, right? Or like Where's Goldberg, you know? Where we see each other and it's like, hey, there you are. Do you want to grab a bagel and bond over using comedy to cover up on negative emotions? Right, but when other people play Spot the Jew, well, that was invented in 1940s Germany. It was actually called Find Anne Frank. It was not a fun game, not for anybody. But I honestly wasn't even mad at this girl. I just had to know, like, why she watched the magical wizard movies and thought that. And so I said, "Okay, Megan," because that was definitely her name. I said, "Why do you think the goblins are Jews?" Because if you have to whisper it, you probably shouldn't say it. And she said, "Well, you know, first of all, they have a lot of money and power," which I know is a stereotype and that's bad, and I would never think that. You probably don't have a lot of money because of like your outfit, but I feel like it might be true though. You could have some hiding in there.
Bagels.
What?
Bagels.
Bagels. Oh yes, I do love bagels though. That's a true one. That one's true. But then second, she said, you know, and then also they're very short and round, which is like that's the stereotype and that's bad, and that's not what the New York ones look like at all. Like that is not probably exactly what your dad looks like. And then lastly, she said, and also, you know, it's just like them. Like they have the big noses, which you know is a stereotype and that's bad, and that is not at all the first thing I look at when I see your face. And I said, "Listen, Megan, let me make one thing clear, okay? That might be exactly what my dad looks like, okay? And my nose might be the centerpiece of my face, but let me be clear, okay? I work a minimum wage food service job. I have no money." I had another similar incident on my campus because I was excited to go to a school with at least some Jewish people because I grew up in a grass farming town and not like the fun kind, just regular grass for your lawn. And so like at college I was one of few Jewish students where in my town I was just like the only one. They'd like never seen one before. But my first day on campus I walked into the multicultural center to hang out with my peeps, you know? And this girl immediately said, "What do you think you're doing here?" I said, "I don't, hang out with my people. You got a bagel back there for me?" And she said, "No, you are a threat to us and you need to leave." And I said, "Ma'am, have you seen me? All right, I'm pretty clumsy. I might be a threat to myself, but these little noodle arms aren't about to hurt anybody, even if I tried, And she said, "No, you are a threat to Palestinian students and our world as a whole, so take your money and your power and you take it elsewhere." And I said, "Okay, I'll go, but before I do though, who told you about this money and power? Where is it and how can I get some?" Happy Valentine's Day, thank you.
Give it up for the Holocaust, everybody! Your next comedian coming on stage.